So hello and welcome back to another walk. This is hopefully not going to be a walk where I embarrass myself incredibly because of the ice. We've had a fairly nice couple of days, but a couple of days means that the road turns into an ice skating rink. Thankfully, my goal is not the road. It's the campground next door, because that seems like someplace fun to go. And on a good note, the thawing and refreezing has turned this path much more solid. I probably should have waited a little bit before I went for a walk. It's fairly early in the morning. I got up, I got my coffee, I fed my bird friends, and I said, you know what? The sun is out, and it's near freezing, so that's a good enough time to go out for a walk, I guess. It's very crunchy. And you can see where, I guess this is just a deer trail, but it's a very well-worn deer trail. I love seeing the paths in the wintertime. It's kind of fun. But yeah, haven't been doing a lot of outside walking lately. Between bitter cold and having to shovel, and honestly just wintertime turning me into a lazy lump, I've been hibernating. But it's definitely time to start getting out. I say that, but we're supposed to drop back into the upper teens and low 20s this weekend. Thankfully, we're supposed to kind of bounce back from that fairly quickly. But I'm enjoying this tiny taste of spring while we get it. So, I heard from a friend this morning that they saw, or at least heard, a goose going by and saw their first robin. All hopeful signs of spring. I have yet to see anything that's not my normal winter birds. The blue jay flock is very much the dominant force at the feeders right now, with honestly a very sizable dove flock coming in a close second lately. But none of my spring migration birds yet. Unsurprising. Despite the sun, it does not really seem like spring at the moment. Gotta love the crunchy snow ASMR. It's hard to believe that in let's see, it's almost March. Yeah, in 3 months, there are going to be people camping here. Maybe even less than 3 months. The campgrounds up here usually open a week or two before Memorial Day. And the early campers, most years they're brave. And most years they know to pack winter clothes. I was on the Old Farmer's Almanac website last night, just trying to figure out when they think our last frost is going to be this year. And yeah, I live in a cold zone. Our last frost date for this year is, I think they said May 15th. And then you can take it 2 to 3 weeks on either side. That has not stopped me though. I started my Brussels sprouts under a grow light, what, 3 or 4 days ago? Nothing sprouted yet. I mean, obviously. Although I'm very impatient. I think that's one of the worst things about being a human. We very rarely have a lot of patience. And that's even with me knowing that you have to just kind of take things as they're given to you. I'm hoping if I get the Brussels sprouts started this early, maybe they'll be bigger when I harvest them this year. That's the hope anyway. We shall see. And this weekend I think I'm going to start at least a couple of milkweeds. I would like to have some milkweed around my house instead of just growing in the ditches along the roadside, because they smell so good. I don't know if you've ever smelled wild milkweed when it blooms, but it kind of smells like a lighter version of a lilac. It's completely beautiful. And until the lilac bush that I planted last year gets big enough to bloom, it might be the only chance I have to smell lilac. Ah, I'm sinking. This is such a pretty little lake. It's not huge, which means it's probably the perfect lake to have a campground on, because it's not as big as the lake I live on, and it's not as deep as the lake I live on, which means it warms up better. Plus it has a sandy bottom. Our lake has a sandy bottom in spots, but in especially the part I live in, the bottom's just kind of muck. Also, I'm hoping that it's coming out on camera. The sun on the ice and snow just kind of looks like a scatter of diamonds, which is so pretty. Anyway, I am going to finish my walk with the phone in my pocket, mostly because my hand is cold now. It's not terribly cold out, but it's cold enough I want to put you guys away. Thank you for coming with me. Hopefully we can do this more often. Hopefully I can finish my walk and not crash, because I would feel really, really dumb if I fell. But yeah. Thank you for coming with me, and I will see you guys next time.